Hey, what's up guys, it's GQAzndood and I'm back with another video for you. This time, I have something special. This one's not about video games. This one is not about video games. But anyway, this one is special. This one is with the wonderful, wonderful son of a bitch. I have a video for you. It is with the Hold on. Hey guys, it's GQAzndood. And I'm back with another video for you. This one let me get my words here. Okay, alright, ready? With the wonderful Miss Tuesday, who just messaged me on Facebook. I finally got her here to talk to you, to answer your questions from the group. Big shout outs to Elite Gamers Group. Let me see here, I'm gonna go on my computer. A few shouts out to Press Start for Player 2, to Elite Gamers Dating Group, For the Love of Gaming, Nerds Are Us, and then all the guys that ask questions. I will post these up as soon as possible, whenever I can. For some reason, I'm lacking words right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm like in the corner. Anyway, I asked the group. And I asked them 10 questions that they would ask Miss Tuesday. I got some questions off you guys. Thank you for sending me those questions. And she just took off not too long ago. But I have two parts of this video. Please enjoy the video. Comment, subscribe. Please check out Miss Tuesday's links that I will post on the bottom of the screen there. And once again, thanks guys. And please comment, subscribe to my page if you like it. Let me know what you want to see. Miss Tuesday is more than happy to come back, so enjoy the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, take care. Hey guys, what's up? It's GQAzndood with the lovely Miss Tuesday, and I finally got her here because she's so hard to get. She's so busy all the time, and I'm glad that she took some time to come to my house and do this interview for you guys. As far as this goes, is I'm part of a group for a relationship group, a dating group, and I wanted to give those guys and gals some questions to answer for Miss Tuesday. She is my, I'd say, like, not my personal advisor, but when I do need like a perspective on certain things, I go to you. I'm like your Yoda. Kind of. You're like my broda. Yeah, my broda. And so, I mean, you guys know me, you guys know my channel. Let's have Miss Tuesday introduce herself. And so, first of all, they're probably wondering what I wondered when I first met you. Why Tuesday? That's a very unique name, right?
No reason at all. So my mom liked it.
Okay, so remember when I think when I first met you, I was like, were you born on Tuesday? Is that why you were? Saturday. So on the record, Tuesday was born on Saturday. It has nothing to do with the day she was born or anything like that.
Or conceived.
Or conceived. Probably.
I
have like 10 questions for you, but before we get to that, I would like to ask you a few of my questions to share with the gang. It's okay. It's not personal. It's not that personal. Like, just give me like a couple things when I ask you a question. Okay. Okay. So, like, what are your like hobbies and interests primarily?
I like to do outdoorsy things and work out and play with my dog. Sometimes
all at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. Usually. And I like playing rugby, and I like to sleep.
The best sport ever. I would win that so bad.
Other than that, I'm kind of boring. I don't really have hobbies anymore.
Really? Then how come you're so freaking busy all the time?
I like to work too.
Yeah, you do have like what, 3 jobs, something like that?
Yeah.
Wow, she has 3 jobs. Okay. All right, so give me some likes and dislikes. Just generality. Like, I dislike rude people. Oh, who doesn't?
I really don't like rude people.
Okay.
I don't like not having food in my house.
She likes to eat.
I like to eat. Yeah. I don't like it when people ask me the same question over and over again.
Like what your likes and dislikes?
No, you only asked that one time.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like dogs.
She does.
I like beer.
Beer dogs.
Beer dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs drinking beer.
Is that a channel?
I like weird people.
It should be. Oh, that's why she's hanging out with me,
I
guys.
like really weird people.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the only reason why we're friends, because I'm a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so the typical question, what are your dreams and goals? I want to become a doctor, but here I am doing YouTube videos.
I want to be a forensic engineer, and here I am
doing YouTube videos.
Working at a resort and doing YouTube videos.
Forensic engineer, so why that?
I don't know, I like figuring stuff out.
You watch a lot of CSI, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That's why.
Not so much anymore. I kind of feel like I saw all the creepy things that you could
Oh, there's
fabricate.
a lot of, there's like Hannibal and all those like.
I like all that.
Do you?
Yeah.
She likes all that, guys. So if you're into that stuff.
If you're into like chopping people up.
Oh my god.
Hit me up.
Just let you know, my roommates are home, and if I'm, yeah, I gave them like 30 minutes to check on me. So. And then the last thing that I wanted to ask was a couple of your favorite things, like things you couldn't live without, like well, obviously water and oxygen, but
food.
Okay. Any specifics?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Pizza.
Cheese pizza.
Actually, honestly, yes. Beer. I'm just gonna talk about cheese pizza.
So she has the diet of a
time.
frat boy.
I do, a frat boy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much true.
It's pretty great, isn't it, guys?
It is.
Okay, so are you ready for the 10 questions?
I guess.
Okay, so these 10 questions were picked out randomly from the internet that I posted on the group. And so the lucky ones made it to this, so the appropriate ones, because I didn't want to be like...
Yeah, you pervs.
I know, right? So here we go. Here we go. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to ask the question, I'll give my 2 cents, and she'll give her like 10 cents, because I want her to take over from that. So the first question by Jordan, shouts out to Jordan. You notice someone of the opposite sex who is very attractive. What do you do in order to try to get their attention? So, oh man, I really don't do anything. I don't like flag them down. I don't have like flags like, hey, look at me over here. What I try to do usually is I try to make them laugh, or I give like a comment on something like they're wearing or scent, whatever. So if I like your outfit, I'd be like, hey, I like your outfit, and I'm sincere about that. I'm not just saying it to say it stuff. And it's very intimidating for sure. But like, what have you got to lose, right? I mean,
Nothing.
If you didn't say anything, you'd just be where you started off. So that's about. I didn't really think about this question that much. But what about you? Who's hot to you? Channing Tatum? No. To Abercrombie for you?
Yeah, I mean he's obviously good looking, but I like old dudes.
Okay, so like who?
Robert Downey Jr.
So Robert Downey Jr. If he
Tim
was
McGraw.
like cheese pizza in one hand and beer in the other, and he was just like eating there like his shawarma. So what would you do to get his attention?
I'd probably die.
You'd die?
Naturally, and that gets people's attention pretty easily.
And he'd be like, oh my god, are you okay?
Exactly.
So that's how you do
I'd be
it.
like, I need mouth to mouth.
Oh my gosh.
No, well, I don't know really. I've been in a relationship for a really long time.
Okay.
So I don't really try and get people's attention.
Yeah, so like I guess rhetorically, right? How would you do it?
I would be really weird. I'm into that. If someone comes up to me and they say something super weird or
Like something in Latin or something?
No, that's weird.
It's too weird, guys.
It's too weird.
No Latin.
No, like try and think of really cheesy pickup lines do work in my opinion if you're like reading them right. If you read the girl right and she's into you. Yeah, I think
so, like,
what you said, make them laugh.
Okay, so
anything too serious is just like it's not. You don't want to start a relationship by being really serious and boring.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of the best things that have.
Yeah, what's the best pickup line you've ever heard? Right, take notes.
Just this. I was pumping gas, and this guy's like.
Because when I pick up girls, it's when they're pumping
gas.
gas.
The gas pump. Yeah, he was really creepy. He's like, "Can I have my breath back when you're done with it?"
Holy shit, that is amazing.
Isn't it? I was just like, it took me a minute too. I was tired, and I was like, what? Oh.
You know why? Because you were trying to get your breath back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just took it away.
You're like.
He took it back from me.
It's true. Okay.
No, or like some guy walked up to me recently, and it was just funny. But I mean, like, it was funny. He walks up and he's like, "This is my George Bush." And he just looked at me like that for like 30 seconds, and it was the weirdest thing ever. But it got my attention.
Oh my
no one's
God.
ever done that to me before.
That is new.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that. Was he white?
He was very white.
Okay.
His name
So
was
I can't
Patrick.
do that. I can't be like, this is my like.
Now if
automatically
he
fail.
sees this, I'm gonna feel really uncomfortable.
It's okay. It's what's his name?
Patrick.
Patrick. It's okay, Patrick.
It's okay. It made me laugh. It made my night.
Apparently, it was so good that we're sharing it on the internet.
I
right?
remembered it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So question number 2. Ready?
Yeah.
How can you go about approaching a person online? By Charlie. So assuming Charlie has a love interest online, so he needs some advice on how to talk to a person online. I mean, from my point of view, you can't really do much because it's only words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're like webcamming or something like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, it's like talking to a person, I guess. Like if you're tell a joke, make them laugh, feel them out. Not that way, but
Fill him up.
yeah. See, she's great. Just trying to get an idea if you're talking to the person, like if you think they're into jokes or into certain things, go with that and get to know them more. I think you really get to know a person more online than you do in person because like you really have to try harder when you're online, you know, because there's no body language. It's hard to tell. So, what about you? If you had an online lover, and I know you have some online lovers.
Oh, yeah. Like he said, you kind of have to stalk a little bit, so you get to know like if they're serious, what the kind of sense of humor they have, and all that stuff. I wouldn't go with the picture liking, commenting overload on the boobs and stuff. That's weird. Make sure she doesn't have a boyfriend first. That's just that's annoying.
What if like he acknowledges? Is that worse if he acknowledges that?
Yeah, I mean, if he's like, oh, your boyfriend's a lucky guy, it's like, thank you, but again,
like
the boyfriend.
Yeah.
There's a boy. But yeah, like you said, body language is really important. So I would try and like maybe compliment them, or just if they post some kind of status that opens conversation, weasel in that way so they know your name and they kind of can talk to you a bit before you get into the compliments and that kind of
So
thing.
I'm assuming since you're like an online superstar, that you get a lot of like friend requests out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like an auto creep thing, or do you think like people should like message you first and ask for permission?
No, I like meeting new people. I like adding new people, but it is uncomfortable, I guess, because you're like, why are you adding me? That's what I think about.
That's true.
I'm like, what are you?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty of that. Like, just kind of like taking that bold step.
Hot.
She knows me so well. That's how confident I am. Just like whatever.
Girls, add me.
Yeah, and then the thing is like they'll add me, and I'll always say thank you for adding me. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, what up, girl? What's your draw smell like? You know.
Oh.
Right.
Ooh.
That's not a pickup line I
Yeah.
use, but I've heard it before. So.
Yeah, well, I guess if it was me, if I was the one that was interested in someone,
Yeah.
I would, if they posted a status about politics, I don't know, about anything, I would start talking that way, and then you can weasel into their pictures.
So
And then you can weasel into their window.
So what was that word you were trying to use earlier? Conniving?
Conniving.
That's very conniving.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta get in on the intellectual level first.
careful, guys. She's conniving. All right, question number 3 by this guy, Pocket Thunder Tinsel.
Oh my.
Yes. That
You don't need help with ladies with a
right?
name like that.
If you have a name like that and you're that confident, man,
Pocket Thunder.
I need to watch your videos.
Mm-hmm.
So his question is, why do girls like bad boys at first, then try to change them into good boys? Is that true?
I have never been interested in a bad boy like that.
Okay.
Which is weird, because I think I'm a bad girl. In
So-
a weird way. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, first of all, there's this like whole myth of bad boys, and I want to get it out there that I think a lot of guys that are not as confident, they think the guys that are confident are the bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like that's why they're like, oh, that guy's a jerk, he's an asshole, you know, and she likes him. And I think that's what the misinterpretation there is, that he's really confident, and he's not, so he sees that as like a asshole thing.
I
to
get the
do.
same thing, like she's a bitch or something,
Right.
because I'm
You're
comfortable in myself and I'm not
assertive.
She's
and,
a bitch.
Right. And girls are worse too, I think, because
They are
like they
worse.
will spread a lot of crap about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what it is, it's like they're confident at first, then you get comfortable. And it's not necessarily like you're being whipped or you're a good boy. It's just like you're comfortable with the other person now. Like, and let's be real here. Like, you don't try as hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because you get to know each other more and stuff like that. So I think that's what you're trying to ask. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But what do you think?
Again, with bad boys being like jerks, and then good boys, I don't know. I guess girls are attracted to the bad boys or the jerks or the confident guys because they're confident.
Right.
I would never, if a guy was always, I've got friends, sorry guys, that are like always moping, always complaining about how they're not attractive.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm not attractive, oh, I need to work out more. That is such a turn off. Like, it's not even the humble is attractive. Being whiny and mopey and insecure is the worst thing ever. So, but yeah, bad boys. I'm not into bad boys as far as like, I like to,
the real bad boy.
Yeah, I like to shoot up and drink and get pussy all day. That's such a turn off to me. Some girls, if they're into that, I think that reflects on them being an insecure girl and yada yada yada.
And like they didn't get enough hugs when they were little.
Yeah,
stuff like
their
that.
dad didn't love them.
Yeah.
Or
my dad didn't love
much.
me. That's why I love bad boys. So yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway.
Sorry about that pocket thunder tinsel.
That sounds like someone that's a bad boy.
You sound like a bad boy.
I know. Maybe he has a girlfriend that's trying to change him.
Maybe.
Okay.
Dump her. I'm kidding. Don't. She was a good girl.
Okay, so the next question is very unique. It's from a person named Sheeny, I think.
Shiny
Sheeny. The question is, why does a woman's size matter? Now, from what I'm getting from this question is that you're insecure about your look. Because, listen, I mean, look at this comparison right now. I got a big head, and I'm not exactly like Channing Tatum. We talked about Channing Tatum or Robert Downey Jr. Right? But I'm pretty confident about how I look because I'm in control of how I look. Like if I want to lose weight, I will lose weight. If I want to gain weight, I'll eat 10 hot dogs a day. Thank God I don't do that. It's gross.
I do.
She does. And look at her diet. I mean, her metabolism is like 100 times percent, whatever.
100 times.
100 times percent better than mine. You actually lose weight when you eat. That's how good her metabolism is.
That's a lie.
So to answer your question, Sheeny, I think everyone's taste is different. From my perspective, historically, society right now has a specific idea of what's sexy, and you shouldn't fall into that category. And we just blacked out.
We blacked out.
We blacked out there, so it's okay. We'll add that. Keep it real. If you don't know this, back in the Renaissance, thicker, bigger women, meatier women were actually more considered to be more beautiful than skinny ones. And even now in some Asian cultures, if you're a little bit on the bigger side, they appreciate that more because they think you're wealthy and you're healthy, so it's a sign of good fortune, I guess. So it really depends where you're coming from. And if anybody, guy, female, who cares, makes you insecure about how you look, that person's not...
Cut him out.
Yeah, that person's not... It's toxic for you. You don't want that person in your life making you feel, cruddy. Because the person that you like and love should make you feel important and valuable, So it's a simple lesson for that. That's just my opinion. Choosing?
I think you pretty much nailed it. I think society is a big part, but there are definitely preferences. I have guy friends that only like the big chicks, only like black chicks, only like blonde chicks. To me, it's all the same. But I think a big thing comes down to health. If you are significantly overweight and you're not healthy, you don't take care of yourself, and you're lazy, that's a turn off as your lifestyle in general more than your size. Mm-hmm. I definitely think because if you're a bigger person, you carry yourself well and you're healthy and you take care of yourself,
right?
Or at least you care.
Yeah, I think caring is the important part. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not my body's not designed to be tall and skinny. If you go to the doctor and the doctor's you should be this much weight, and I'm that's ridiculous because
that's not happening for me.
I'll look weird, I'll have this huge head with the skinny body because I'm not gonna lose his head.
Yeah, I'd be like Jonah Hill when he lost weight.
Oh my!
It's put that back on.
Yeah, and Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah, you're meant to be.
Yeah, so that's
cooler.
And she pretty much agrees with what I said, and I agree with her. So, all right. So next question by Tyler. I think Tyler's an older man.
Hi, Tyler.
Why?
I did say I like older guys, but
there we
I'm totally kidding.
Tyler's watching right now, just licking his lips. Okay, his question is: does age really matter when two people are in love? Now that's a touchy subject, because I think age does matter to a certain bracket, legally.
No, for sure. Legal is when it comes into me. If you're 45, whatever, don't talk to a girl that's 16, 17. I don't care if you are in love with her. It's not even society's age limit that they set. I just don't think it's right because they are so vulnerable. But I think if guys, I have a friend who's my age and her boyfriend, fiance, is in his 40s, and to me, they're all individual.
I think they're in different portions of their lives.
Yeah, so it's definitely, if she's an old soul
yeah.
and he's like young at heart, then they can work. It's all individual and like who you are on the inside.
That's true.
But I think to a certain point, I mean, like Hugh Hefner and his whatever
his
she
harem.
is. Like, that's just wrong. There's you cannot relate, and he's gonna die. Like,
You don't get that relationship.
I don't quite understand their level of love.
I think it's a matter of like material for that. I mean, I'm not an expert, but like.
I think she genuinely just loves him for who he. No, fuck that. It's definitely material. She wants his money, and he wants her body.
You know, and then it's all the fame. Like, can you just imagine telling everybody you're Hugh Hefner's like wife?
Yeah.
You know, like that's a big thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm from a country where they marry young, and you know they have kids young. You know, that's a super old Catholic. Philippines hasn't left 1950 in a long time, since 1950. But I think my parents are like 10 years apart, you know. But like when you're 10 years apart, when one's 10, one's 20, that's different.
Exactly. It's like once you have a grasp on who you are as a person, then age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But when you're 16 or 17 and you're dating a guy that's old enough to be your dad, like, one, that's weird of him. He should rationalize that you could have a daughter your age, and then for you don't even know who you are yet.
Yeah, and I think that's what's fair. I think in my opinion, if you give the power to the younger person to give them like, hey, listen, you haven't lived out your life yet. You know, you still have so many things to experience. I mean, I get it. You have feelings for me, but that's more important, I think, because you can grow better as a person and as an adult. Because like, you know, I think it's hard if you're like a teenager and if, you know, you're dating somebody that's like your dad, like your dad's age, and then you guys break up. You like kind of skip this portion of like your life of growing up.
They suck the youth from you.
Kind of like that, because from my perspective, like you don't really live your life. You live like your life with somebody else, and that's way different than when you're living your life on your own, because you have your own choices. You're not stepping on eggshells, stuff like that. So it does matter to an extent. It's a very touchy subject.
I wish I knew the specifics, but yeah, there's a gray area, there's a line, but for the most part, if you're both adults, want to use 35 and want to use 60, I don't even think that matters, honestly. You're a woman when you're 35, or you're a man, so you're into the older people.
Hey, man.
Yeah, go for it.
Like fine wine, better with age.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the next one's a two-parter by Mr. Adam. And the first part is, what is the right way to approach a girl? I think that's like number one. And how should I go about engaging a conversation with her? So Tuesday.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. So the way I would answer that is simple. If I see a girl, like target acquired, like I think I wrote on my blog that I saw a girl in a cafe. I was just hanging out because I hang out at cafes. Just like this.
Looks for women.
Just like, she knows me so well. You know, you can't hide anything from Tuesday.
Nope.
Anyway, I was just like observing the view. And
From behind.
She was in front of me.
Facing away.
And she was like busy. She was like typing away, and she looked good. She was stylish. And I was just like drinking, just like looking outside the window. And I wanted to talk to her, but you know, when you're busy, you don't really want to get bothered. Especially if it's like some guy. It's like when
a guy hitting on you, it's like, dude.
Yeah, it's like, it's so obvious, you know? So like, you know, when you're at the gym working out, and then some guy's like, hey, you need some help with that?
No, I don't need your help.
Right. And it's like, dude, no, I'm here to work out, you know, like leave me alone.
Yeah,
so I kind of thought about that. So what did happen is she packed up her stuff, and when she dropped her chapstick, and I was like, right there.
She bent over to pick it up.
Oh my gosh, Tuesday.
And you were like,
I was not like that. I was like, you dropped your chapstick, but you have good taste.
in chapstick.
Yeah, in chapstick.
Oh, look at you. You're
Right.
adorable.
So she was like, thank you, you know, and I was like, by the way, I like the fact that your shoes match your dress. Or sorry, I didn't use match, I used compliment. Because to match, it's
Just
like,
make sure you don't come across as a little bit
gay.
gay.
It's okay.
Not there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying she would then be like, oh, not for me.
But you know, but I make sure when I talk in the most masculine voice I can. I like your shoes. Just like the way I'm talking right now. No high pitched, just straightforward, articulate, and gentlemanlike.
No, that's a good way.
Yeah.
That's a good way.
Well, and plus I kind of joke around with her. You know, it's all in my tone, like hey, you know, but not like hey, not like that. Yeah, it's all in your body language if you display confidence, stuff like that. I think that's key. Confidence is the key.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on who you are and what your style is, it's gonna come out eventually. If you're more like, you know, weirdo, you know, like me, or just a straight shooter like her.
Straight shooter.
Yeah. Next thing you know, she'll come up to you and it's like, hey, check out my bush.
Oh my gosh!